Well, first and foremost, credit to New Mexico State. We built a big lead, up 14. They came back. They built a big lead, up 15. Just came up a little short. Obviously fought to take the lead there, send it to overtime, but just didn't get stops in the first half. Missed a lot of layups in the second half. We just got to be better. Myself, coaches, players, everybody's got to collectively be better. That's going to be painful for a while, and we're going to have to sit on that. It's going to be a lot of sleepless nights here moving forward.
You guys didn't play very well Wednesday either. CJ kind of mentioned that he thought that was sort of the wake-up call. Do you feel that was a wake-up call, or was this something you could see coming a little bit?
Well, to allow, and it's not to disparage New Mexico State, but to allow your rival to come into your building in front of a sold-out crowd and, put up 89 points. Now, give them credit, but how could you not be woken up by it? Our fans deserve better than that. So we've got to own it. We've got to humbly own it and learn. But, yeah, we're not playing good basketball right now. We did not play well versus San Jose. We were fortunate. This kind of felt like that game. And New Mexico State in overtime, they're 4 for 5, and we're 3 for 15. We offensive rebound, but we just could not make anything around the basket.
That stretch they had where you guys were up 33-19, I think it was, and then they go on that big run to end the half. They hit 9 shots in a row. 8 of them were three-pointers. Were they just hitting crazy shots, or was there something you guys weren't doing right?
They seemed real comfortable offensively. We needed to get to those shooters better. We did not play good defense in the first half. So credit to them. They made them, but I did not think we were not intense enough to make them uncomfortable.
Coach, so as he just mentioned, the drop-off in production, my bad. So when they went on that big run, you guys seemed a little bit rattled, and you guys came out in the second half still, not up to par. Where would you say that the drop-off in production happened tonight?
I think all around, none of it was great. We've got to be better coaching, scouting, playing, all of it. So as I told them in the locker room, we've just got to own it. It's on all of us, and just got to get back to work because like I said before, we're just not, San Jose, we had moments, and we had moments tonight, but we're just not playing well enough right now, and our fans deserve better than that.
And then in overtime, I did see that Donovan Dent did go to the bench pretty early, and he did seem pretty frustrated about that. He was visibly hurt. What was the reasoning behind that?
He just seemed exhausted, and he was missing a lot of shots around the rim, and then by the time we could have gotten him back in, we were fouling a lot.
Cade got a lot of minutes, especially late in the game. What do you like from him, in those kind of situations?
Yeah, I thought he was good. Hit a big three. Played Donovan and him together, and I thought that was good. He's pretty fearless. He's a tough kid, good scorer. Played some good defense as well.
Coach, it seemed like the second game in a row where it seemed really spread you guys out in the half court, made Nelly kind of guard out on the perimeter, and it seemed like you guys struggle with that a little bit. How can you guys be better defensively?
Yeah, for sure, especially when they're playing 4s and 5s who can make 3s. It's a bit of a tough cover for Nelly. Nelly played very, very hard, had 17 rebounds, but he's just got to be a little bit closer to those shooters because they were too comfortable.
Coach, at the end of regulation, you kind of get a gift there with Carpenter blocking, trying to block that shot. Were you surprised New Mexico State seemed to come out with a lot more energy? Did the runs that you had to come back and tie the game, did that take a lot out of you and going into overtime?
Possibly. But we just missed so many things at the rim in overtime. We just could not make a layup. And then we had a couple threes as well that we missed. And like I said, they were 4 for 5. From the from the field as well, and 2 for 2 from the three. So, they just executed a little bit better than we did.
Coach, so like you said about Cade, a lot of good stuff in the second half, helping out defensively when you guys started running the press. What was the idea behind putting Cade off, putting True in whenever you started overtime instead of Cade, just with the momentum going the way it was?
I believe I started Cade in overtime.
Coach, how can you improve shooting percentage? I mean, do you do it in practice, number one? And number two, do you think Atiki not being available really hurt you defensively?
I mean, he's a good defender, but that's not the reason that we lost. And then as for shooting, just keep working on it. We're missing a lot of shots, and we got to keep working. Mustafa's better than that. CJ's better than that. So we'll just keep working on it.
Along those lines, Braden was hitting some shots tonight. Was he not really in down the stretch because of defense, or was there another reason?
A little bit more defense. Because we came back. I didn't want to mess with that lineup too much, but he certainly could have got a little bit more minutes. He played well. And
then it was mentioned, but that end of regulation play had. Not that it matters now, you guys lost, but I mean, had you ever seen anything quite like that at the end of regulation, a goaltending on a three?
No, I don't think I've ever seen that.
Were you worried about it all when they were doing the long video review, or did you think they were doing the clock for?
I thought they were doing the clock. Yeah, I thought it was good. From looking at it, I thought it was good, and it was a gift that we did not take advantage of.
Coach Donovan, I believe only 4 assists tonight. I believe that breaks a streak that he had going. What was it about him offensively where he just couldn't make the plays and dish out the way he normally does?
Well, we missed a lot of shots that could have been assists as well, so that had something to do with it as well.
Coach, you're 7-3. First 10 games of your season is through, about a third of the way through your whole regular season. How would you assess where your team is right now? Obviously, you've had 2
well, not really
games.
good right now, obviously, but a long, long season. You know what I mean? And so we've got to watch the film, own it, humbly watch it, get back to work. It's going to be a long week. It's going to be a long, long, hard week. We understand we let our fans down. We understand we let ourselves down. And we give credit to Mexico State as well.